What's up, my beautiful Sambarians? This lovely day in Washington. So, eating a protein bar. Gonna need my strength for this. So, Special K's, the guy who builds the exhausts, sold his sandbar to, holy frick, sold his sandbar to somebody on the East Coast, and the transmission seal, like the drive shaft seal, going through the front, not the CV axles, but the actual propeller shaft, drive shaft, is leaking. So before this goes over there, I'm going to replace it. Yeah, go sports. Anyways, let's get to it. So I have it jacked up. Get it jacked up as high as you can, front and back. Jack stands in the front. I put them, like I showed in my other video, where the jack points are, underneath the control arms. The back one, I just have wheel ramps underneath the wheels with the jack on the rear cross member. But we need as much room as we can get under there, because we need to take the drive shaft off so we can get that snout exposed, and we'll pull the seal out. So let me get to it. Again, first time doing this, so we're gonna learn together. Okay, so pretty much let's just get stuff out of the way. So we're gonna get these little crossbars removed. You are seeing two. It is okay if you're only seeing one on yours. Typically this one was spared, that one was removed after like 92 and up. They just got rid of that one, probably to save some money. Probably didn't do much. So don't freak out if you don't see one on the passenger side. You will have one on the driver's side though. So I'm gonna get those off and get all the plastic covers out of the way. So let me get all these. They're kind of tricky, but it's just plastics, 10 mils, 14 mils. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so now with the plastic shields gone, ooh, we got some chips in there. I should, man. Anyways, so now that we have the plastic covers gone, we got, everything's open. The next thing you want to do, so it's behind that like seal cover, dust shield, seal protector. That the seal is right behind that. So to get access to that seal, you're gonna come up here, mark where your drive shaft is located on the front differential, just for funsies, so when you put it back, everything is like how it should be, and there's no weird future wobbles, because whatever, I would just mark it and set it back where it is. So these bolts are pretty easy to remove. They lock in like the yoke or whatever part of the drive shaft. This side locks in, so then all you really need to do is just break the nut free on the other side. You can put like a pry bar inside there, keep it from free spinning, and then just break them loose, and then they will pop out. And so after you get that, you can disconnect from the front, and this is the easy part. Man, it's a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. Our drive shaft slides off, and there's our seal, that guy right there. So I'm gonna get my seal puller, and we're gonna pop that seal out. How easy is that? All right, so this is the seal puller I have. This one's gonna work good for getting in there versus the one I usually use for pulling seals out of cams and cranks, because we have a lot more room to work with here. I got some parts cleaner. Kind of clean this area up. I did lower the back end, so the snout is up a little bit, so it's not just continually dripping gear oil. I bought some new parts cleaner. Let's see how good it works. It works all right. Works all right. Let's get all that crap out of there. I mean, most of the crap is gonna scoot out when you pull the seal, but just to eliminate anything from falling inside, I'm gonna make a mental note of how far that seal is pressed in, because it's not flush with the edge of the snout, and it doesn't look to be resting on anything inside there. So kind of make a mental note as to how far it's in there. It looks like it's about that far in, the width of the seal. So when I pull this one out, and if there's nothing there, I'm gonna reinstall it a seal width. So let's go ahead and pop that old seal out with my seal puller. Should come out pretty easily. Yep. Oh man, lots of oil too. And be careful not to drag like any kind of seal puller across the metal. You just want to catch it inside, like in the bottom. You don't want it, like you don't want to pull it out like this. You want it to be caught inside the seal, so when you pull it, you're not scratching that soft aluminum and then leaking forever. So there we go, we got it out. It looks like, I don't know, I don't think it bottoms out against anything in there. It's like real close, but it's not touching that little step up inside. So the trickiest part is finding something to press the seal in with. So that's what I'm gonna look for next. Would you look at that? So the the crank seal press tool that Aaron 3D Printing makes for installing the cranks on the Sambar engine is the exact fit for the snout. It literally just fits in there. The diameter is extremely close. Like you may even, depending on his print that day, you may need to take a little bit off the outer edge, but it literally just squeezes right in there, and the splines go right in the center hole. So this seal is perfect. So if you have this seal from doing your crank, or you're planning on doing a crank seal and you don't have this, get it, and then you can use it again for doing your output shaft seal or transmission drive shaft seal. Oh man, that's so incredible. I love that. I love when I find random things like that to work. So I'm gonna get a hammer, and we'll press it in. All right, so let's get the new seal pressed in. Make sure it's nice and clean. You want to have the edges, the outside clean. The only part that you want to lubricate on the seal is the inner lip. So when the drive shaft goes back in, it doesn't catch and mess up that lip. So it's nice and clean. Make sure our snout is nice and clean. And let's go ahead and just kind of get it started. Get it in there flush. Probably gonna be a tight squeeze. Then let's hammer it in slowly with the seal press and the hammer. And obviously if you don't have that seal press, you can find a socket or something. That will work just fine. Oh, it's an awkward spot in here. So let's see if we can get it hammered in there. Just make sure you go in even. Oh my word. My neck meets. Okay, new seal is in there. Very carefully, slow and steady. Press it in there. Make sure it's nice and even all the way around. If it's uneven, it has the ability to wear the seal out. Since it's kind of, it will wear oblong. So yeah, seal's in there. Everything's good. Let us, what I'm gonna do is I will have to add transmission fluid in there. Gear oil, Redline MT90, I'll show a picture of it. Just because it'd been leaking for a while. And so our filler is that guy right there. That's where we fill from, and that's where you drain, but we're just gonna fill it right there. So I'm gonna take that off, fill it up, but let's go ahead and get the transmission drive shaft in there before, because otherwise it'll leak out. But this is what I'm gonna do before I put the drive shaft in. I'm going to put some assembly grease on the little input, I don't know, this part of the shaft, just so it goes in the seal and doesn't scratch anything up. Actually, I could probably just take the gear oil and just rub it around there. So go ahead and do that, and then we'll get that drive shaft back up there. Okay, so drive shaft lubered up. So we'll very carefully put this back in. We don't want to mess up our new seal. Line up our splines, carefully go in. Very nice. And then we're gonna line up our drive shaft with our yellow mark on our differential or front diff. So I am going to use a blue Loctite on the bolts because I don't want them to come loose. And blue Loctite's just kind of a little security. I will just put a little bit on there like that. A little dab will do ya. A little dab will do ya. And our lock washer goes on the nut side. So yeah, go ahead. I'll show a picture here in a second. Just in case you forgot. Bolt goes through, nut is on the farthest forward with the lock washer, and I put a little blue Loctite, line back up with our marks. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these all tightened up now. Okay, so like I was saying, I am going to top off the transmission. Where's our feeler? Oh, there it is. Our filler. There's our filler right there. Just above the drainer. There's the drain. There's our fill, 17 mil, very easy. And this is what I like to use, Redline MT90, because it is a GL4 and you only want to use GL4 in the back on the manual transmissions because it's got brass. And you don't want to mess up the synchros and all that stuff. So GL4 only in the back, MT90. It's safe to just go with this. MT90, correct weight and all that stuff. The front, not an issue. You can use a GL5. But yeah, GL4 in the back only. So I'm going to fill it. That was pretty easy, pretty straightforward. So yeah, hopefully that helps you out if you need to replace your transmission drive shaft seal, or if you're local to me and you don't feel like doing it, send your truck my way. I can easily get that done for you. But yeah, the seals are on my website. I will have a link down in the description for the seal, and here's the video on how to replace it. And I showed you just need a seal puller, and it helps to have Aaron's crank seal press tool. So if you're going to do your timing kit, you're going to want these seal press tools anyways. So double whammy, two ducks with one treat, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, cool. I'm sure this is going to be the same for TTs as well. Basically the same setup. TTs, TVs, KVs, yeah, all the sandbars. So awesome. Like, subscribe if you'd like to. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you on the next one.